It's been a lot better, but only because I haven't really had much homework.
The main question I want to ask you at this point are, what are your strengths? Because one of the things I think we do as parents with ADHD is we get so caught up in the negatives that that's all we see.
I'm really into music. I play the guitar and a couple other instruments. I really like to draw.
I've played violin since, I don't know, I think I started in 3rd grade.
I play drums. I'm in a band. We're releasing our 3rd CD next Saturday.
I really enjoy English and writing stories and poetry and stuff like that.
I like psychology. I plan to be a psychologist, and I like political science.
One of the things I hope that you're going to do when you go home from here today is rethink, reframe. What are your child's strengths? What can you build on? What can you lead them to as far as what they can become as an adult? Can you think of a time that was tough?
About the last 6 years of school or so. I can remember that pretty well. Pretty much since about the 3rd grade, when, I mean, obviously that's when kids get really introduced to the concept of homework and multiple class schedules and things like that. Because this was long before I got diagnosed, because I didn't get diagnosed until, like I said, about 2 years ago, so I was a freshman in high school already, and by that time I already had developed my own sort of coping skills to deal with that, which were effective in kind of like a hit or miss way.
Who else wants to talk about struggles?
Well, for me, I guess my biggest struggle was that I always have a lot of ideas bouncing around in my head, and I have never been able to really articulate them the way that I've wanted to.
A lot of kids with ADD have trouble. They'll have great words and creative ideas, but they can't get it out of their mind, and that's really hard. Anybody else want to comment before we go to the next question?
I think the worst thing that can happen is to be punished for when something ADD related happens, like you forget to do something or you do poorly somewhere, and you get punished for it because you really don't, you think you're doing the right thing, and it's all you know really how to do.
A lot of parents, like a Kickstarter reaction, like a negative reaction, think that we chose that path on purpose, like just to be malicious or something. And sure, we do think we're right, but it's not in a malicious way. It's more like we've reassured ourselves that we're doing the right thing because we don't want to screw up.
Don't punish your kids for their ADHD behaviors, ADHD. They didn't ask to have it. I think our kids sometimes do things because of their ADHD and we don't know why, but our kids tend to be visual organizers. And Alex tells me when he puts things away, he can't find them and he doesn't know where they are. He remembers where he used something by where it was last, and that's when he can go back and find it. So that's why they suggest sometimes for parents, open shelves, clear baskets, so that you can have some sense of organization.
I like having my room kind of dirty. I still can find stuff perfectly fine. If my parents can't find something, it's my room, it's my stuff. If they can ask me, I'll find it for them. It's like that. It's like we all have our own opinions of what's a clean room and not. And it's all, depends on how we organize things, how we like to find things, how, like that.
Closets, drawers, things like that, out of sight, out of mind. On a shelf, up at eye level, you leave it there, you put it down, you know where you put it last. You look around the room, it's right there. It's not in a drawer that you got to pull out. It's not, you got to go under something. It's on a shelf, preferably at eye level, because you turn, it's right there in your face.
Well, one of the things they say is that if you can find something within 3 minutes, that's a pretty good time awareness or time management technique, that you know where things are. And Alex used to make me so angry because he could do it. And his room looked like a pigsty, and he could find it in 3 minutes. Okay, one last question. I saw a lady here who was...
Well, I just wondered if, as parents, do you want us to come into your room and organize it?
No.
Because why?
So you can't find anything.
You'll never find anything again.
And it defeats the purpose of letting us do it ourselves, because if you do it for us, then A, we can't find anything, and B, it destroys our system.
A lot of times, the things that our kids do, there are reasons for them that we don't fully understand. But I must tell you, this has been a real pleasure for me. You guys have been wonderful, so insightful, and it's been such an asset. I think the very best part of the program we've had today. Thank you, guys.